It's so great to have you join in for a Gospel Christmas. This is a tutorial for Go Tell It on the Mountain, and I'm going to share some tips and tricks to help you enhance this carol. So I'm going to start off in the key of F, which is commonly found when you find arrangements of this. So we're going to be in the key of F, and we're going to start right off the bat at the introduction with a nice jazz chord here. So this is simply, if we're in the key of F, our C7 chord is the 5-7, but I'm going to change that chord with one simple note shifting, and you'll see here on my piano, instead of a C chord, we're playing it C, E, G sharp. And I'm gonna flip that up here and put the C in the 7th, B flat in the left hand. So before we ever begin, I'm gonna do that color chord, and that will give us a chance to get our ears ready for the downbeat on the one chord. So using that is a really nice way to get that one started. It also segues when you're coming out of the verse. For example, there's shone a holy light. Go to that color chord, and then right back to the chorus. So you can recycle this chord in more than one area, and if you're really thinking carefully, you'll find on the chorus there's a second place you can use that chord. So that would be Go Tell It on the Mountain, over the hills and everywhere. So that was the beginning of that chorus. In the middle of the chorus, it comes back again, Go Tell It on the Mountain that Jesus Christ is Lord. As I finish up that line, Jesus Christ is Lord. So those are three places I'm using that one chord. That one chord gives me a lot to offer to add to this chord progression, and I just simply recycle it, play it exactly the same way each time. So that one is really a great winner if you want to choose just one chord out of this video. That could be it. Okay, so I'm going to move away from jazz chords for a moment. We won't go too far, but I have another idea, and that is working in the left hand. Oftentimes the left hand is looking for new ideas, ways to fill things out. So a very simple pattern you can do with just the left hand is to go to that F chord. We're going to spread out just a little bit. So I have F, C with my second finger, and D. And I'm going to just do a bit of a rocking bass, like that. And then whenever I get to that beginning, so you've got that fill in the blank there. I love that because it can, anytime you're sitting on the F chord and you need something to happen, that's one way to keep the energy still flowing. So yes, that can go on the first line of the chorus. The second time you say Go Tell It on the Mountain in the chorus, you can do the same idea. Let's take a peek at the verse. Yep, same friend can come back while shepherds kept their watching. So anytime, kept their watching, and really that whole line, if you just do the simple version, it's just the F chord, just getting the fundamental chord in there. So adding in that rocking bass there is a really nice way to provide some interest. And you can do that, behold throughout the heavens, sitting on that F chord. So you can find different ways to just insert that tool and make a really nice sound with really not a whole lot of effort. And if this whole gospel thing is new to you, this is a great one to add in very quickly and simply. So I'll let you explore that. But for now, I'm going to run forward with the idea of the left hand. There's some other areas that we can walk as well. So instead of just a gentle kind of rocking back and forth, we can also do bass walking up or bass walking down. So how does that work? Well, it fills in and adds a little more texture in the bass line, especially if you're playing alone as kind of a solo performance. So let's say after that intro and the chorus, on the mountain, that's a nice walk, F, G, A. I'm still really just hanging out on the F chord. Wherever you put it in the right hand, it's still the F chord. And then we also have on the verse is a great opportunity to do that walking bass line. So I use a couple of ideas. I think the easiest one is behold throughout the heavens. I like to just walk down the bass in this fashion. Behold throughout the heavens, there has shone a holy light. Okay, so I walk down from F all the way down to B and then A flat, just a straight walk down. Whoa! And walk back up. So right hand, you're stationary on the F, left hand walk down. That's going behold throughout the heavens. The heavens. Then there's shone, there's your B, a holy, A flat, B, and there's your night, or you could play it up here, but definitely going to the E. So lots of ideas. That could be a bass walking pattern that adds a lot of depth, but really it's not terribly hard to play. If you're not confident playing an octave, you could just play the single note, or if you're playing with a band and you have a bass player doubling you, I would definitely suggest just a single note. Okay, so that would be some great opportunities to work on the walking bass, and I think I'll pause there with that idea. Now, the right hand, we can talk about having some fills with you and making a few more moments of interest. So you can tell I'm smiling. I really like this part as well. So on the Over the Hills and Everywhere, that's in the chorus, we have the hills and everywhere. So we go from an F chord to everywhere. I make it an F major 7, 3, and then C7. So that's the basic pattern to go to your 5 there. So what I do is pull that 5 chord up in the right hand and play, my thumb stays on G, and I walk up to E flat, C, D, E flat, D, B flat, or however you'd like. So I'm spelling out really kind of the C minor 7 chord. And as long as you stick within those 4 notes, you're really not going to have a wrong answer. It's kind of just seasoned to taste, as the chefs would say. So I tend to go, or any of those would work. And then I keep my thumb on the G just to kind of have a pedal tone, a sustaining tone. Left hand, you're going to hang on to the C for me down there. C5 would work well. So let me get back. There we go. Okay, so right there on Mountain, I added a little bit of a streaming chord. So we do that in gospel, borrowing from jazz, where we use a set of chords that are close to each other and provide transition smoothly from one area to the next. So we're going to do here on Tell It on the Mount. So I have an F chord right hand. We're spelling that as A-C-F. And I'm just going to walk down a step. This is C sharp diminished 7, G, B flat, C sharp, E, and then I'm going to go right back up, and this time instead of spelling a C in the middle, I'm going to spell D. So it's A, D, F instead of A, C, F. That gives me just a little bit of a different sound, major, F major to D minor. That changes the tone color there. So putting it together, mountain. So that is another way to add in a right hand fill that just takes that chord that is still not moving and adds something really beautiful to that. Okay, and then let's see also on the right hand fill, I go to the verse, behold throughout the heavens. So it's really just all around the F chord. Sometimes I'm changing the inversion of the F, but at the end of that, when we go to heavens, you can do a fill on the F minor chord pattern there. So I'm borrowing a little bit from the blues with the lowered third, and I'm going to go from the major of the heavens, or yeah. So left hand is staying there on the D to add a little bit of contrast, but I'm playing that right hand pattern to give some of that minor blues color into that. Okay, so that gives you an idea of right hand fills. Always some really great things to talk about. And I'll go to, there's one other area where we do the streaming chords that I think can really be an additive to your performance in the verse. So we do the over silent flocks by night, and then coming out of that we'll do descending chords here. So it's B flat diminished, A diminished, G diminished. And spelling from the thumb up would be F flat, also known as E, B flat, and D flat here. So F flat, B flat, D flat. So it's B flat diminished. We'll come down, E flat, A, C, and one more down, D flat, G, B flat. Walk it up one more, there we go. And then it goes right to the F of behold throughout. So that stream of chords stepping down there creates a lot of interest. In left hand, you can just play the name of the chord, which is B flat, A, and G, and walk it to the F. And then you're home free. So the streaming chord pattern works really well there. And you can go ahead and add that in whenever you're ready. Taking that one more step farther, that same spot, I pull a little bit of fun into those chords. So when you're ready, you might try this. When the notes are in your hands, I do 2/8 notes, bum, 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 bum. So it's kind of accented eighth notes if you want, or hits on the front first note of the chord. So putting it together, so that last little rhythm tag is so fun and adds a lot of joy to that. So if you get that far, enjoy it. It's really great. Okay, let's see what else we want to do. There's a couple more jazz chords. I talked about the one at the beginning, which was the C augmented 7. When you're in the chorus, you can add in, there's another friend that I like. So we do that first line, tell it on the mountain. That one. Over the hill. So before we go to over, which is G minor over B flat, I play an F sharp diminished chord. So that would be F sharp, A, C, and we have major minor diminished. Okay, so I'm spelling that, voicing it as C, E flat, F sharp, A over F. And usually in typical fashion, we accent that offbeat chord, da-dum-bum, and over the hills is played a little softer, so you feel more of the style come out. Okay, also that Jesus Christ is Lord, we can do the C sharp diminished 7 here. There it is. C sharp, E, G, B flat, root position, Jesus. So again, we're just walking down. Could you just play Jesus Christ? Absolutely, you could just play the B flat 7 chord there, but to add a little bit more of the jazz in, and that streaming chord, you can do a C sharp diminished 7 to accent that Jesus Christ is born, that last line. Okay, so that gives you, hopefully, lots of fun and thoughts to fill this out. Let me know what you think. And I hope some of them, maybe all of them, will work for you. But for now, we'll pause here. Hope you have a great time enjoying Go Tell It on the Mountain.